Danganronpa.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to a Sunday night Danganronpa, which is not when I would normally do a Danganronpa, but it is happening tonight. Get hype, because we're on to the final chapter, and I didn't make any plans to stream any other games, and I was like, you know what, I want to finish this, so here we are. That is what's happening tonight. We are going to stream Danganronpa, and we are going to, I don't know, are we going to finish Danganronpa? I need one of the folks who has played and finished Danganronpa to weigh in on exactly how long Chapter 6 is, because I don't think I got time to finish it in one shot, but you never know, it might be really brief, might just be like, and the game ends. I don't think it does that. But, alright, we're gonna head on in, and, see where this nonsense goes. Thomas Dandy, hi. Chapter 0, heading to the school trip. Yeah, so, quick recap. Chapter 5 ended really weird. Everybody came back from the dead in a weird Doki Doki Literature Club kind of thing going on. And your name has too many vowels. Maruoa, 4 to 6 hours. Okay, that's probably not enough then. I ain't got 6 hours here. On the faster end of things, 4 hours. Could I squeeze this in before midnight-ish? Yeah, maybe. I don't play this very quick though, because I stop and talk to you guys too much, so... Oh yeah, Thomas Dandy has 2 accounts, right, okay. So, BRB. Yeah, I could try and squeeze this into 4 hours, but I talk too much. And things are creaking. We're on a ship. Why are we on a ship? It's Sailing Sunday! That's why we're on a ship. We were wrong to say we're swaying from side to side. It's actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in was shaking from side to side. Shaking was quite irregular. I really thought it was a series of small shakes. I'd suddenly shake violently, and every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun. I was feeling rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored of that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent, detecting regularities among irregularities won't be that difficult. Ah, how boring. Oh my god! Oh, it's Nagato's... Hey, I was right. This is a ship. Cool. This is Nagato's prequel. Oh, right. Is it? Or is he talking to me? Or... I don't know. This is weird. It said Chapter 0, so I presume this must take place before all the other stuff, but it is also Danganronpa, so I have absolutely no idea what to imagine this scene is supposed to be. I'm sure all will become clear at some stage, I guess. Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room I heard a voice. Okay, I guess we are still. This isn't another weird bit where it's just like, you're Nagato now. No, I think we are Hajime. On the other side of the dark room I heard a voice. The dark room that has a bright sunlit window shining through it. It was clearly directed at me. You look like you were having fun. So that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships? Oh, that's right, that's it. So this is a ship. You just realized that now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. Instantly, I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile, but under that thin skin I could detect a foul, offensive odor. Some kind of putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who were already finished. Nice to meet you, I'm Nagito Komaeda. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that... Yep, I'm definitely lucky. Lucky? Ah, so that's your talent then. What a boring talent. Boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. Unless... Oh my god. Are we maybe Byakuya? Yeah, I know, it's still saying we're question marks, so like I have literally no idea who to imagine we are. It was like, pick a character. We might be Monokuma for all I know. This is clear, it's probably some bit that's supposed to mess with your perceptions of things. I'm going to use my voice because until I have any evidence to the contrary, I guess Hajime? But, I don't know. The attitude almost weirdly makes me think it could be Byakuya. Just the, oh, what a boring talent kind of thing. And also, like, for what should have been a fairly important character, he didn't hang around very long, so I feel like revisiting this chap later on seems like something the game would probably do. So he's like, ooh, he's a mystery, every part of him's a mystery, well, every part of them is a mystery, because their officially recorded, gender is question mark, question mark, question mark. Their officially recorded everything was question mark, question mark, question mark. Their officially recorded portrait was question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, their enigma wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a question mark. And, yeah. I feel like that character probably needs more screen time than just, oh, now I'm dead. A boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly, that's because I have luck as well. It's Makoto! Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Possess, huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hope Peak Academy too, right? So you're one of us? Now that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? How boring. Ah, sorry. I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation. Not you. This world... Huh? This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know their insignificance, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They're profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. Because of these bastards, this world has come to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. How boring. No, it still sounds like Byakuya. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Ah, perhaps does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world, not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Still sounds like Byakuya. Looks like they had higher expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. What are you planning to do now that you've ended up like this? There's nothing you can do, right? Listen well, using people is a talent too. It's now my turn to use that person, just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? How? I mean, they're already... I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me. Even now it rests in my pockets. Okay. So the fact that both of these are just casually chatting about ultimate despair, like... Which people finished the first game? We've narrowed it down to 6 people. 2 of them kind of... One of them definitely sort of showed up in this game. Sort of. And one of them kind of sort of showed up in this game. Kind of. So, like... This conversation now feels like... Makoto, in his new Nagito identity, talking to Byakuya. because, like, I don't know, that just kind of makes sense. But then it could also be Nagito talking to Makoto because they're both ultimate lucky, right? It's a weird conversation. I like that even the conversation is a riddle. I swear to God, Makoto's got to come into this somewhere. I've been saying since Chapter 1, Makoto is involved in this some way, somehow. And the fact that Nagito wears a jacket that's really similar to Makoto's, and his name is literally an anagram, well, very, very close to an anagram, actually. It's not entirely, but very, very close to an anagram. Cannot be a coincidence. And now they're talking about events that happened with the ultimate despair. Like, this is super interesting. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Then, will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fibre of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much? Hate. Then, explain your hand. Whoa! I've just noticed his fingernails! Oh my god! What the heck? Why has he got Junko's hand? Ah, this? Ah, the end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Hey, maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I've successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. I see, so you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know? Because she's my sworn enemy. Because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power. And for that, I... Wait, huh? Do I hate her? Huh, that's strange. Huh. Huh, 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 huh. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's actually like a Japanese play on words. Ooh, I like plays on words in languages that I don't know. So Naegi Makoto Da is an anagram of I am Makoto Naegi. Right. Oh, so that's where the extra syllables come from. It's the da, which is I am. Ah, interesting. I like that. That's kind of cool. I would not have known that in a million years because I don't speak a lick of Japanese. But that's really cool. I like that. Ah, so I was pretty much on the mark, even if I didn't know it, from day one. Cool, great. I've got this whole game figured out. No mysteries left to solve. Right. So that very much clears up that mystery. His name is literally I am Makoto Naegi. So when people are like, oh, he's not... I've had people pop up in chat as well going, oh, he's not Makoto, he's Nagito. It's like, but he kind of is, right? If it's not his hand, why is he supporting himself on the wall? Is he, or is he just sort of, like, leaning it there? I don't know if he's supporting it. I mean, he's sat down. So, yeah, okay, that's that little... That anagram just entirely tidies up that mystery, I think. Ah, look out the window. We're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen. Huh? I already know because I'm loved by talent. But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I'll not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There's no reason we'll ever meet again. Oh, so it's no one we know. Or is it? Well, I know it's someone who's clearly involved in Danganronpa 1. We thought thought his hand would be a little more dead-looking, but he said, "Hey, isn't it great? It hasn't even begun to rot." Like, I don't know what kind of strange hand attachment voodoo he's doing, but for whatever reason, he's attached someone else's hand to himself, and that's a-okay. He's done this sort of amateur hand transplant thing going on. Not that there was anything wrong with his own hand, he's just sort of transplanted hands because he's weird like that. I mean, I think we've been over this a couple times in the course of things. He's not so. But he also did say there was also this whole thing where he was talking about maybe there's someone else on the island. Is this person? Could be. There's no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, we're boring. Your talents, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? Oh wait! Boring. The ultimate despair used to complain that a lot of things were boring. Interesting. Huh? What is this? It's the scary door. I love it. I love when games are like, ooh, let's put a door in space. It's just, I can't help but not associate it with anything other than the scary door. You're approaching a place that's adjacent to a location in the vicinity of a... I don't know. I'm trying to think of words and I'm lost. I need more synonyms for place. Give me another synonym for place. You're approaching a place that is adjacent to a location on top of a region. In that region is the scary door. That sort of thing. It's a door. It's the scary door. There's a scary door. Huh, a scary door? Why is a scary door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? We're going to go through the scary door. Huh? Isn't this a classroom? Even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. And I arrived at a place that looked like a trial ground. But then... why... It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we were all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? The entire game was a prequel to Danganronpa 1, right? No. Oh, we still got crazy Doki Doki junk going on.
Ahem, ahem. Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system.
Whoa, deja vu.
Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? He definitely said it. He said, welcome to Hope Speak Academy. But why would this place be Hope Speak Academy? And not just that. Where's the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Dun dun dun. Anything interesting to see in here? There's a surveillance camera. Why would there be a surveillance camera inside the school? I wonder, does this have the same purpose as the surveillance cameras on Jabberwock Island? To surveil people? Could be. If so, who's watching us? Is it whoever's controlling Monokuma? This clock doesn't have any hands. A clock without hands is meaningless. Why would something like this be in a classroom? Did this monitor save the purposes of the monitors on the island? Well, given that he just popped up on there to give everyone a message, yeah, could be. So this would be under Monokuma's supervision, right? Is this place really Hope Speak Academy? Damn it, what's going on? I think that's all we got in the room. Leave here? Yeah. Let's see if I can remember my way around the school. Oh, everything's going trippy. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school. What a creepy place. It's almost like it's through the scary door. At least it doesn't look like a normal school. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long? It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle us, just like the Funhouse. That's right, that's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go and definitely clear things up. Hey, Despair Hotel, that's where all the dormitories were. Can't go in there. That was an old classroom. Hey, it's the old class trial room. Ah, memories. Such beautiful, joyous memories. AV room. Murdering people. That's the old store. The old school store. Ah, the exit. The old school exits. The old nurse's office where everybody got all the fake blood that made everything so very confusing. The old lavatories where we really didn't do a whole heck of a lot, really, of consequence. The old school stairway. Could have just put the shutters down, really. I mean, that was normally how you seal off a stairwell, but hey. The gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. And so I brace myself and cautiously open the door. This is just weird. Chapter 6. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. We only just got here. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. It was a gymnasium, surprisingly enough. It was a normal gymnasium. Oh, fair enough.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo!
You heard the announcement and came here too, right? You guys did too, right?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope's Peak Academy or something?
That is...
That cannot be possible.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
Anyway, you look at it, it's possible. Hello! How's it feel to return to the long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy?
Why, you?
You.
You.
Hey, where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time?
That's...
Oh, what a shock. I just told you guys this is Hope's Peak Academy.
Of course not!
Oh, no way in hell that's true.
No, no!
But it is. I mean, this is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. Well, what's left of it anyway. What's left of it?
What?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak Academy fell to ruin.
Lies!
You were serious about that?
Stupid fool!
I don't believe it.
Hmm.
But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for. What do you mean?
I don't like this!
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak Academy. You don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine, fine.
Oh, well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone?
Don't fuck with me!
Enough of this bullshit. Just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I'm not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin, and...
In other words...
It means I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. Wait, what? Made this Hope's Peak Academy... What? I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. Whoa, mind blown. Some weird dimensional wibbly-wobbliness. What do you mean between?
Hey, hey, hey!
Why do you mean made?
What's this?
My. Are your minds getting grumbly that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along. It's a graduation exam. It's in my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No way!
It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that.
Shing!
It's just a simple graduation exam.
Huh?
And what is the graduation exam?
Hey,
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On the one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate.
Are you sure about this?
But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world.
So...
That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Huh?
Why?
We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here.
That's right!
This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let's choose right now.
No, no, no!
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast?
Hey, Hey,
You guys are just extras until a guest of honor arrives.
damn it!
So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean?
Uh-huh.
I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope Speak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. It's an investigation! And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside world? Main cast? Somehow I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey, hey!
Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope Speak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How do we make it back to Hope Speak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There is no place for Hope Speak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. Yeah, I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really Hope Speak Academy? This is the Hope Speak Academy I've been admiring for so long? What in the world is going on? Well, I mean, the ruin looked exactly like Hope Speak Academy, so it was an unreasonable assumption. Damn it, why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope Speak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope? If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Hope Speak Academy that you couldn't even see that? Ah, you're just someone who came from the reserve course, who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why? Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard!
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means?
Hey!
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
Jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not well, Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma?
However,
The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that.
damn it.
Even if they're our allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation, but if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. We're gonna get out of here safely. We have to do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been?
All right!
Alright, I'm gonna do it.
Prepare yourself.
Like...
Yeah, we might be able to learn about something about Hope Speak Academy, about ourselves. Oh. I was like, I'd read that all as one sentence. It was like, you said about too many times. We might be able to learn about something. About Hope Speak Academy. About ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine.
Hey!
Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? That's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course!
Hell yes. He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope Speak Academy. None of that matters. What's important is I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive, just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island. Unless you didn't know about the outside world, which is an apocalyptic wasteland, presumably.
Hey!
Or is that just channeling too much of the first game and there's some entirely other twist going on? Actually, in this game, the aliens have taken over, and they will enslave you if you leave the island. So what are we gonna do? Can we start already? What are we even looking for? We just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
Even so.
I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building. I'll just go on ahead for now.
Whoa!
Hey, you're already going.
Jeez.
Why is that idiot thinking run ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She never sees them thinking about anything.
However...
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives.
All right!
So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it's not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez. You're pathetic.
Kinda already took off on our own. It might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, there's no more killing. We don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me?
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Excuse me? Excuse, that's a new word. Excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia!
Please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed, and left the gymnasium. It just leaves me. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more and it's going to end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual, peaceful, everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance towards that hope. Even though I don't understand, and there are a lot of horrifying things keep happening, for the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Dun dun dun! Okay, what needs investigating in the gymnasium? Well, Monokuma. Okay.
I knew you could do it.
There are more Monokumas hidden. Excellent. Whoa, was that... I wasn't paying terribly close attention to that because I glanced at chat, but that number go up by like 100 when I found that one. That should go a long way to getting all the bonus goodies in the extras menu and buying all the goodies for tubes and things. There is precisely Diddly Squat here, so I think we should go look elsewhere. Wait, we left the gymnasium and just wound up on the 5th floor, what? Huh? That's weird. This is the whole way I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? It's like we're trapped in a video game. Is that what this is? None of this is real. I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. I'm gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. This hallway, there's a strange feeling to it now. Could be the whole fact that the walls are melting and glitching and there are holes in the fabric of the universe. That's what maybe was making it feel a little bit weird. As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? I mean, I don't know, I ain't bumped into it yet. Is there one? Oh yeah, look, I can't go there, I can't go any further than this. There's an invisible wall. Dojo, we're allowed to explore the dojo though. What clues in the dojo? Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. Hey, there's anime mags. The History of Host Peak Academy by Monokuma, told through the medium of manga. What's this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, a History of Host Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this? Let's start with history first, class.
Hey,
Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. And what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. So just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. It literally says it's by Monokuma. Who else did you think made it? I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting us out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent, so they decide to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. Expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners. Talentless commoners, people who cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. So, Hajime was just getting on the old hype train. He was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go join the crowd, big old sheep, pay for whatever brand's next. It's basically the Apple of schools. It's like, oh, if I pay a lot of money, I can have the fashionable school. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who'd become mankind's hope. Just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Well, that ended rather suddenly. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic, there's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but nah, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. My money! I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird. Oh, you're here again.
Shing!
Ah, the thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh?
Hey! Hey!
Why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too. What do you want me to say?
By the way...
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those Reserve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on!
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a Reserve Corps student. Damn it, what the heck? Reserve Department has been added to the truth bullets. Targets, they're important. Our target seems pretty far away. If the production team had more time, there could have been a mini-game here. Wait, what am I saying? It's a video game, not a video game. There's a straw post, I guess that means it was used for training. There are lockers. A bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has a traditional looking wood block key sticking out of them. I guess they're just for show. There's nothing in particular that looks like a clue. Except for some titanium rods in locker number 6. Wait, no. Armor! Armor could be useful. It's armor and a helmet. The map developers designed this to reflect a Japanese dojo. It's all sounding very... It's getting very meta. There's lots of references to it being a video game now. Wait, I don't want escape, I want this. I want to check on my pets. Yep. Pet's poops need cleaning. Oh no, Gormy! Gormy is slightly despairing now. Well, to cure my Gormy of despair, I need to feed it a infrared thermometer. Gormies love infrared thermometers. Mostly I just need rid of one because I have 5 of them. Yeah, seems pretty happy with that. What you found?
What's going on?
In this hallway. It's kind of creepy. I can't go to places I should be able to go to. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Where is left? Because this is... That's the dojo, so that should be the garden. But we can't go to the garden. We can't go there. We can go to a classroom. We can't go downstairs. Can we go to the biolab? Whoa, no we can't. The walls turned into the Matrix. I guess we go to that classroom then. Nope, this is where we started, because we've got the violin thing, but someone has left a book here since we were last here. I wonder if it's important. This is everything just going to be told through the medium of novellas. Monokuma's novellas. Ah, this is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Ooh, we're actually going to get to learn some of that, because... That's... I'm not sure that was really, like, super well elaborated on in Danganronpa 1. If there's any more information on, like, the whole Fall of Civilization thing, it would be pretty good. Wasn't the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? That's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest and most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages. See what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. I feel like we've heard that name before. Is that not like... I feel like that's the name that was seen on the thing that said, oh, who's the founder of Hope's Peak Academy? How could he have been developed by Hope's Peak Academy, but also be the founder of Hope's Peak Academy? In the funhouse, there was a portrait of the what was claimed to be Hope's Peak Academy's founder, and I'm sure... I'm not sure at all, but I feel like Izuru Kamakura was that name. I feel like I've heard the name before. Yeah, you've seen the name before. Okay. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who is known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students, who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited Danganronpa 0. Damn! It's mentioned in the Danganronpa 0 light novel. Oh, is that literally what it was just citing? It was like, oh yeah, no, this is actually the citation was the novel. Okay. Apparently I have a thing I need to read now. Great. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What irony. For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A town like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Oh, you should be lucky that you're incompetent. God, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagato mentioned that too. But it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagato said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. And more importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. Which has given me... I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. And what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way, I have no reason to do something like that. But you have no memories! Tragedy of Hope speakers being added. The series has quite a few optional reading materials. Yeah, I was kind of aware that there was some, like, animes and stuff around it. I knew there was more to it than just the games, and it was something I was like, I'll dig into it once I finish the games, because I don't know how much of it would spoil the games. I feel like do the games first and then flesh out the universe afterwards, but I don't know what the right way to approach things is. So, Gives more insight into certain characters and has a very likable protagonist. Okay, cool. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? It's me! Maybe. This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Ain't nothing in here, is there? Ain't no secret Monokumas worth 100 coins or anything. Oh, hang on. Your message, yeah, YouTube don't like that. So, Danganronpa 1, 2, Ultra Despair Girls 3, then the anime, and then DRV3? What is DRV3? The anime is before the third main game. Okay. Doesn't spoil the game, but the game slightly spoils the anime. Oh. Hang on, if anime before the V3 game, what is DR3 then in this context? DR3 is anime, DRV3 is the third game. Okay, that's confusing. Great. Noted. So, we're gonna go on a hiatus while I go on an anime binge for a couple months then, I suppose. I think that's what we've learned here. It's fine, there are other games I need to catch up on. Yay, I leveled up from walking. Apparently you get achieved just for walking a lot. Hey, Biolab's open. Hey, there's a Monokuma, I see him hiding. What the hell's with this room? It's so freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. We should investigate a Monokuma!
I've been found!
Okay, no, it was only 10 coins. Okay. I didn't appreciate how many coins I suddenly seem to have acquired. It's probably nowhere near enough, but hey. What I need is I need to raise some more pets, evidently. Tarps. Are tarps important? This looks like a plastic tarp. Why is this left out like this? Clean up after yourselves, will you? Let's see what's in the fridge. Oh god, it's a dead body. I've seen this in movies before. It's a refrigerator for preserving dead bodies. At least that's what it looks like. Well, that's not possible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab isn't something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. This idea should have been cancelled during development or something. What am I thinking? There's another manga just lying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As if we couldn't have figured that was coming. I knew that the next one would obviously be about this incident. Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Just what was that incident really about? Might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the blah-de-blah. Because I'm sick of saying that. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in, but the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and the wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times where senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etat began occurring around the world. A war waged in the name of despair. War fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. With this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. Dun dun dun! Sorry, I'm just reading chat. I'm like trying to figure out what order I'm supposed to consume all of the medias in. Is there like, can someone like get me a diagram? I need a diagram for all this that just like, just interweaves the timelines and orders of events of the whole Danganronpa universe, and also what order they're supposed to be watched in. You know, like with Star Wars, there's like an order that like makes a lot more sense to watch everything in. That you're like, well, you can watch them in like either the order they were made or the order that they are numbered. But like, there's an order that's like, if you watch them in this order, this is the way that you get maximum experience out of it. Is there a thing like that with Danganronpa? And oh my god, you're... Every time you write out a long line of code like that, I have to approve it. Danganronpa 1, 0, 2, Ultra Despair Girls, 3, Future is the anime, I guess? And then V3. So V3 is like the last thing I should do. Also... No, it's not considered code, but like the way you write it out, and I glanced it across and there's just a string of letters and symbols. I can see why YouTube thinks you're typing nonsense. I don't know what you mean about the future despair thing. I guess I need to look into kind of what the anime is and where and how, and like I've not looked at the anime at all, so I don't know quite what to know about. I don't know anything about the anime. Right. Okay. I need a Crunchyroll subscription and a lot of time on my hands, apparently, is what I need. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful blah-de-blah. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant? This is what Monokuma was driving at. Do you want to leave the island? You're on a tropical paradise, and outside is apocalypse. Do you want to go to the apocalypse? This was what was, yeah. What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
My, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough, what is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you to not remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? No way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. And live healthy and well-adjusted in the apocalyptic murderscape. I see, so that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On the one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm wondering whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like, which is literally what I just been over. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we want to stay on this island. There's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps... No, that's definitely it. The tragedy's been added to the truth bullets. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? They're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction. Are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. If they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they're actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use, I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limits, I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Whew, that was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? To wherever has been unlocked next. 5C is not open. Oh my god, do we have to go through every room in the school? Because that's actually quite a lot of rooms. Oh my god. 5B we couldn't get into before. I'm just ignoring Monokuma. Just like, he's here. Don't talk to him. If you don't talk to him, he'll go away. Nope, I should ignore it. I'm going to pretend I didn't see him. I'm going to look around. No, maybe it's one of the collectible ones. Maybe I should click on him because he's one of the collectible ones. Nope, he's not collectible. Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No!
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up, what did you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for.
What?
Surprise! It's about Ultimate Despair. Huh? Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days.
Actually...
It was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl.
Yes, indeed!
Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima.
Hey,
As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. There was really one There was one really horrible person in that group.
Don't fuck with me!
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. No way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl.
Unbelievable.
Humans are obsessed with their philosophy, have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey,
It holds true for Lady Junko. Is he just referring to her as Lady Junko because he was, like, basically just her robot and he was, like... I guess if they found... If the organization got bigger and she was, like, the founder, they would like, oh, Lady Junko. Lady Junko who founded the organization. There's a rector statue in her honor. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power.
Phew.
Connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat.
Huh?
And what was their purpose?
Huh?
What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Enoshima's despair. Huh? But Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible.
What?
Do you know about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Final days?
In other words...
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happens to reserve departments?
Of course!
They fulfilled their roles as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so, the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Mass suicide?
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me?
Damn it!
I believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima? Yeah, it doesn't scare me at all. I mean...
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima's already dead. Huh? Ultimate despair has been added to the truth bullets. Reserve department has been updated. What do you know? Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Enoshima is really dead?
Huh?
What, you didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. A bloody classroom? No, wait, was that what you said about the Killing School Life? Like the killings we were involved in, there were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Well, yeah.
And that's what it was. Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey!
For a manga about Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed Killing School Life was Junko Enoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Enoshima is dead.
Like...
It turns out the Killing School Life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy, and she took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing?
So,
The students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they are trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. That messed up plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost the students she placed in her trap. After being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter.
bastard!
Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? Junko Enoshima is already dead. Are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation.
No shit!
If students from Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island? Are they broadcasting to somewhere, just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life? Killing school life has been added to your truth bullets. Ultimate Despair has been updated. Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? Huh? What? Do you have a problem with that? I really wanted to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I just raised the flag. Flag? What do you mean? What do you mean, raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
Ooh, how exciting.
One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again.
Well now.
Well then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Video game meta stuff again. Do I have to talk to him again?
What?
Do I want to hear about... What a surprise! Do you want to hear about the Ultimate Despairs again? No, I really don't need you to.
Hey,
Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days, it's actually a term used to describe Junko Enoshima, the original Ultimate Despair. He just started on his own. As the former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair bringer with charm and humor. Oh god, do we actually have to go through it all? It's fine already, you don't have to keep explaining. It's fine already? I'm just getting to the good part. Good part or not, I've already heard this from you before. God, he's like the owl from Zelda. I'm going to go then. Huh? Changed to a different hallway again. So sudden, what's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right, there's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. So where are we at? This is... okay, Chem lab. Data lab. Oh, right, so the music is here. Oh, we can check out the music. Cool. That's weird. Got some lavatories and there's some classrooms somewhere. Do we go past classrooms? That's just, oh, that's the headmaster's rooms there. Oh, that's where we came from, isn't it? That's just office. Oh, the classrooms were here, weren't they? Okay. I got a handle on the floor. I remember these things. Kane's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feeling.
Wait, no, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. What do you mean? Who?
So...
I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut!
Still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. Surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Let us go and check out the music room. Kinda wish this chapter didn't have quite so much Monokuma log, because apparently doing his voice for a long period of time ruins my throat. Like, voices I picked for characters that I slightly regret at this stage. Kazuichi and Monokuma, at top of the list. This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. It's a strange, glowy digital monument and also a hologram. These were not here last time I was in here. Check out the piano. The piano is pretty important. It's a very nice looking grand piano. It might be very valuable. Ibuki might have been able to play this. Alright, monument seems pretty important. Hey, it's got the word for future on it, I think, if memory serves. Looks like it's some sort of monument. Why would it be a monument in a music room? Notice that the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most blah-de-blah, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Woo! Oh. Okay. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy. Which means Nagato knew who the Future Foundation were anyway. So he should have known who the traitor, quote-unquote, was. And by that extension, should also have been a traitor, quote-unquote, himself. What the heck was Nagato's game? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Future Foundation's origins has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? Floating letters are forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information from a person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. But I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Inoshima rallying them. In the worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we're still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, 15 students. Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the future. Oh my god, Monami was sent here to... Oh. Oh, yeah, that just clicked. Right. Unless he's not actually Makoto. I mean, yeah, could be. Yeah, I mean, maybe. So that's always viable. But his name is I Am Makoto, right? Unless that's what he wants you to think. Oh, damn, right. That's why Monami was like, yeah, this is a school trip. The school trip goal is to become super happy and get on with everybody. And yeah, they were trying to create a new world order by making everybody happy and get on with each other. And that was the new world order. Oh my god. Right. So that's the thing. Also, weirdly enough, just realizing the plot of this is just the plot of Foundation. As in the Isaac Asimov. Oh, not a trilogy, series, just series. They call it a trilogy, it's got like 8 books now. I mean, there's like 5 official books and 3 unofficial books. And, well, no, they're not unofficial, they were officially licensed by the estate of Isaac Asimov, but written by other people later. But yeah, I mean, the whole Future Foundation just seems like Foundation. I'm guessing that the writing for Danganronpa may have taken a few cues from Foundation, surprisingly enough, which is really weird and also kind of awesome at the same time, because I would never remotely have considered that going into any of this, and for it to be like, to draw parallels with one of my favourite series of books ever. That's pretty awesome. What does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful blah 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 is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Academy Survivors has been added. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed the Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki would have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the Ultimate Despairs, who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. So why is he doing the whole exposition and you five are allowed to go thing at the end? What's the deal with that? Why is it like, you five win, it's all okay now? The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Enoshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. No wait, that's the research facility? There really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow there are still so many mysteries. Alrighty. Let's unravel some mysteries. What is available to me now? The office, the teacher's lounge. Do we ever get to see inside the teacher's lounge? I don't remember what was inside the teacher's lounge. Oh yes, I have a hazy recollection of the flowers. That was literally it. I don't think we ever saw this room for very long. This feels different from my classroom.
Maybe...
It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room has that kind of stuffy teacher vibe to it. The officer. Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
Well...
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already! Here's Monokuma!
Huh? Are you serious?
Woo! 600! $600 dues. What is that? That is a newspaper cutting. That is presumably what we're here to see. Flowers. Flowers are important. Flowers. On top of the desk? Plus they look strange to me. Are my eyes just tired? Yeah, I got the portrait of the... what's-to-do's it? Izuru. Hologram. There are letters floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Enoshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko Enoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is an order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest blah-de-blah is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Remnants of despair has been added. Let's see what the newspaper cutting's about. There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that are names I've seen before. It's all of us. Plus Hiyoko singled out with this whole newspaper thingamajiggy. An ultimate imposter is just an ultimate imposter. Okay. Is Hiyoko important? There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Sayonji is written there. What is this newspaper? What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, the Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this newspaper... In a way I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure... It's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean?
Huh?
This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Sayonji here. Oh, well then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name.
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hiyoko. Did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man...
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
He doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Saionji family's only daughter. Is it her mother? Does she have a really young-looking mother? If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, still too much of a resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hiyoko. Huh?
Of course not!
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I mean, she was famous for a childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap looking like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt. What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. Ooh! We had the whole blackout, oh, where are we? What are we doing? Thing when we came into the ruins. Is this yet another, like, oh no, it's actually been 2 years, and you've lost all your memories of the last 2 years. The last thing you remember was entering the ruins, and now it's 2 years later and you're stumbling around the ruins of the thing. And actually, it turns out Hiyoko wasn't dead all along, or maybe she was brought back to life or something, and grew up to be the Hiyoko in that photo. I don't know.
Today, I'm feeling white.
Well, regardless, all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth? If this is the truth, then the Hiyoko in this newspaper... Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can it be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey, hey!
Can it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh.
This is
If
bad!
it says subjects, maybe that means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hiyoko's... Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? Some kind of experiment would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. What kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
Oh, what's going on? It better not have anything to do with time travel. List of subjects has been added to truth bullets. Like, I mean, there's a kind of a recurring thing in this game or series where if it ever goes, oh, I passed out and woke up somewhere else, it's usually not like... it's usually not like, oh, you woke up half an hour later. It's never just like half an hour later. It's always like, oh, it's years later. Did she find the Fountain of Youth before the killing? That's a theory. Yeah, I have my doubts on that one, but it sure could be. There's still some things that look suspicious. We do get to see Izuru. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says Hope's Peak Academy founder Izuru Kamakura. The founder of Hope's Peak Academy, and this name, Izuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. There is some time travel involved. The Academy's founder has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Okay, with this you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall now go on to the next stage. Next stage? Yeah, let's see where this goes. Damn it, not again. Always different from last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I move to a different hallway than the last. How can you do that? Now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. So let's have a look-see at this floor. This must lead to a science lab, I would wager. Somewhere. And an arts room. Think. Rec room? Was that on the same floor? I don't remember. I don't remember the layout that well. Ah, it's a scary door. Or window. Scary window. Lots of scary windows, to be fair. One on the floor. Let's try that rec room. Ooh, zero gravity rec room. With a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. Hard to think a room like this actually exists in a school. Why not? Kids need a place to chill out. There's all their Monokuma bottles, some of them been smashed. A confidential file might be important. Email might also be important. This hologram again. What's this one say? Looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we were unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others, so we've decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there's still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue the investigation. Once they're discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Remnants of despair has been updated. Enemies survivor has been updated. It says here they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? And why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Because Monami brought us here as part of their Foundation experiment thing, right? Oh, shoot, I've gone on auto. Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up. Well, the Future Foundation brought them to the island with Monami as part of the Foundation experiment, right? The bubble of humanity preserved for 1,000 years until humanity has rebuilt itself. To navigate successfully through the trials of the future and all the despairs of the intervening dark ages, I suppose. And somehow the Despair guys found out about it, got involved, sent Monami to go stir up junk.
What's this?
Hey, my Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey,
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them. You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
no!
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all. There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. What's in the file? It's a file with Hope's Peak Academy's seal on it. It says confidential. That means this is a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously Monokuma is responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so it must succeed at all costs. Look, they keep using the word foundation. It's totally linked to foundation, right? I maintain this. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It's full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? Hope Cultivation Plan has been added. We got all we need in here. Magazines. Magazines useful. A lot of magazines, fashion, motorcycles, martial arts, sports, computers, travel. A magazine about cameras. Maharu would have been happy to see this. A little bit of gambling, that's useful. I know it's a dartboard. It looks more like a slot machine than a dartboard. But hey, it's a dartboard, but this is still a school, right? Did Monokuma just randomly make up this place? I think we're done here, right? Leave here? It wouldn't let me leave if I guess. if we hadn't done everything. Oh god, it's upside down. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. I'm pretty much used to it now. but even so. What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? And this is just totally disconnected from reality. Like the rest of it wasn't. I guess it still works. What the heck? Where even are we? Library. Okay, second floor. I kind of know this then. But it's really weird upside down.
It smells...
It's close, and it's very close. Someone's coming. Akane's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my gut feeling.
They're definitely real close. At least that's what my gut's telling me. Then answer this with your guts. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see, my gut feeling is... They're both.
Yo!
He's right, they're both. Both? What do you mean?
You.
I don't know any details, it's just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess. Let's check out the library. Ooh, do we get access to the archive? Yet. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something here too. I should hurry up and find it. Did he leave any Monokumas with coins? No? No? Not up in the ceiling or anything? Right. That what is there? Oh, hologram, I suppose. There's so many green scrolling things. The hologram actually just kind of blended into the surroundings that time. At this point, it's just matrix everywhere, so the holograms just look like part of the gobbledygook. This hologram again. Must be another one of the Future Foundation emails. I should read it. There's no doubt it's another clue. To Future Foundation, 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. Oh my god, Makoto got seduced by the dark side. Makoto was basically Anakin. Spoiler alert. For Star Wars. Some fairly old Star Wars at this point. Did you know that Darth Vader was Luke's father? Spoiler alert. Also, Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering... Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? And why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Email to Makoto Naegi has been added to the truth bullets. Remnants of despair. Alright, is there any actual other informations in here, or is it just... Doesn't seem like it. You'd think there'd be more information in the library. What is... Oh god, this is so disorienting when it's upside down. Oh my god. 2B, that'll do me. That's not classroom 2B? Huh. Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room. And there is... a Monokuma!
No.
I don't know what happens if I miss them at this stage. There's no way to go back and get these, I don't think. Magazines? Magazines not important? The tablet? Not important? Oh, it is. It's just you have to click on... Yeah, the bit that you have to click on is like tiny, I think. This looks like a tablet computer. Looks like the power's on too. Is this the next clue? I picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. To be or not to be. Ba-dum-tsh. Yeah. Turns out it was not to be, after all. Neo-World Program. This word, Neo-World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. The Neo-World Program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo-World Program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the Neo-World Program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist are among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. I was going to say, they couldn't have used the Ultimate Programmer, because that's difficult at this stage, unless they've got the Ultimate Necromancer. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo-World Program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world, which would explain quite a lot today. Additionally, the Neo-World Program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. That sounds like something from To the Moon now. Which, okay. Also, the sequel to the Moon came out recently, and you should totally play it, and I'm going to have to play it soon. I've got a lot of things to play at the minute, and that's on my to-do list. It's not on my to-stream list, because I ain't streaming no game that's going to make me cry, but still. It's on my to-play list. So, play the To the Moon sequel called Finding Paradise. It's about tampering with people's memories. Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic virtual world? Program? Feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. Feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now, it's all disappearing till all I feel is despair. Ah! I screamed loudly, as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. Oh my god! We were captured by the despair guys and put inside a virtual world purely to make us feel nothing but despair in order to destroy hope because Makoto's crazy. I have a lot of wild theories. One of these days one of them's going to be right. There's no way I can accept this. I'm starting to accept that. There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists. I mean, I presume I'm like sort of touching vaguely in the direction of what this is going down, but it's never anywhere near as clear-cut as I ever make anything out to be. It's always like, yeah, you're sort of in the ballpark, but actually there's like 5 more layers to this. There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up. Including me too? Neo-World Program has been added to the truth bullets. Anything else exciting in here? I guess not.
Hiya!
What? Hey, how are you doing? Did you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? No. Remind me. From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of this world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it. Woohoo! Question for people who know Danganronpa: what ultimates would make good protagonists to existing movies? Suggesting Gundam for Fantastic Beasts. I feel like Nekomaru could like have a good role in some sort of feel-goody kind of sporty underdog, scrappy underdogs making it good kind of thing. That kind of thing. I'm struggling to think of them off the top of my mind, a specific thing off the top of my mind, but you know, that kind of genre. Where like everyone's like, oh, these guys are crap, and it turns out they go out and win the World Series of blah-de-blah. That kind of thing. Or I mean, Fuyuhiko could be quite happily sit in any kind of mafioso kind of affair. There's a few. I've not watched a lot of those, so I can't really like be like, ah, here's this character. But I'm pretty sure you could like get Fuyuhiko, or maybe by extension Peko, into some sort of godfathery kind of a situation. You could do all sorts with the characters, really. This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. It wasn't quite flickering in and out of existence back then, though. But hey, I don't really see a resemblance, but. Oh yeah, the gym. Oh yeah. Hey, Sonia, long time no see.
Well?
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? Huh? The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking fake medicines you believe is real. And the nocebo effect is the exact opposite, which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why'd you bring that up all of a sudden?
Huh? Oh my.
Huh? I'm not sure. I do not fully understand. What the heck? Oh, we're not going to the gym? We're gonna go hang out with Monokuma? The moment you discover that the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear. Thanks. Karate Kid? Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Whoa, there's a big old monolith. So, apparently, Hajime would make a good protagonist to 2001 Space Odyssey. Or was the monolith in 2010? I don't know which. Those are also films I'm only vaguely familiar with. Like, I should watch those, but I never have. I'm a really bad person to ask about movies, honestly. All things considered, if you're like, hey, what about movies? I'm literally the last person to ask. All I can do, I'm sort of aware of movies. I'm aware that they exist, but it's just like I say with like The Godfather. It's like it's one of those things. Like I know of The Godfather. I know broadly what it kind of is and is about, but I couldn't tell you the characters or the main plot of it. I was like, I can't really tell you if Fuyuhiko would fit into it that well, but it seems like he'd be a good fit, right? But yeah, I play too many video games to have any time to watch movies. This is my problem. Right, let's touch the monolith and evolve or something. I think that's what monkeys do, right? Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. What in the world is it? The moment I looked at that object. It all became binary. Ah, the ultimate programmer. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the Neo World program. A person? A floating person is talking to me? Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person. I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me. It can talk. But what are you? Alter Ego have done some singularity stuff since last time. I love the little not female on the side. Yeah, oh, I hadn't even spotted that. Yeah. Age unknown, height unknown, weight unknown. Not female. Yeah. I didn't even look to the details like that. I imagine all of that binary probably does translate to something as well. I'm sure someone will have already done all that work. But that needs some time and efforts, and that I can't do while I'm streaming. If I was playing the game, I probably would sit down and be like, let me get the binary translator on Google. I am the master program behind the Neo World program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing this world. However, only the Observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence, in fact my existence is the one you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything. I'm supposed to be managing, and because of that, this world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Now it's that feeling from earlier again. It's floating, like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet or the ground. I can't even believe my own existence. Now you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo-World program? The Neo-World program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I am to answer your question, where is this place, the answer would be, mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain portions of it are different depending on the circumstances. For example, this school you're in, it appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the Neo-World program. Most of its words... I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths. They're all just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me? What was the Neo-World program used for in the first place? The Neo-World program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you could say it's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope. But the fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo-World program. With the installed memory control unit, it's possible to remove any time period you set it to, and from there you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to. So Monokuma was right, we did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why are our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope's Peak Academy while it's still in its experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? It's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us? But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry. I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo-World program was programmed to house 15 people, along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. Monami and Chiaki! You like how careful Hajime is with the pronouns of alter ego? I hadn't been paying that close attention to... I hadn't paid that close attention to that, but okay, I shall keep an eye on that. They were intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the Observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the Observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo-World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity. That function is beyond my capabilities. Oh my god! Suddenly the Hiyoko thing makes sense. Because, like, the picture that we saw is Hiyoko in the real world, but Hiyoko in this world was just whatever the computer wanted her to be. Hajime just called him a she? Did he? I kind of did miss that detail. But he should have known. It says not female on the screen. I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contained my authority to build the world. It was like it was a grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. It's probably talking about Monokuma Rock and the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. Oh yeah, he's calling her she, isn't he? Her, him. Chihiro pronouns has always been a weird, thorny issue. But alter ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this alter ego? If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence just like her? Damn it, what the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another one. That's so freaking irritating. How that virus didn't infect the Neo-World program. The Neo-World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus into the facility. Damn it, Makoto! Why did it make her a little girl? I don't know. Well, presumably something to do with her memories. As in, the Neo-World program deleted all of their memories, and then the experiences they had within this virtual world were supposed to replace the memories that had been deleted. So presumably, in Hiyoko's instance, some part of Hiyoko when she was younger, her memories from there needed deleting for reasons. Just to, I guess, erase the despair of her childhood or something, and replace it with a life on a tropical island filled with joy and loveliness, and give her hope for the future, to guide her on the path to becoming humanity's future hope, or something. And then, when she was brought out of it, in her sort of grown-up form, she'd be like, oh yeah, my childhood was great. I spent most of it on a tropical island, making friends with people. Right, so I think Makoto's been tampering, sounds like. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility, but the only person who could enter that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. But someone betrayed them! Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I've just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Dun dun dun. Observers has been added. Neo-World program has been updated. This is getting very complicated. Yes, yeah, that's also a valid explanation. It is, yeah. Well, it was also because it's a Japanese game and it needed a lowly. Yeah, I'll give you that one. But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it, but I'm still able to defend the essential areas, so it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure. And...
Hey! Come on now!
Okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you.
How strange.
If you're going to say something more, suppose that you exist between life and death, the death of yourself is inevitable. So, wait, what? I don't think I can wrap my head around everything that's going on here. It's too much too fast. Suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the deflection based on the definition of that existence that constitutes the relationship. From there, the paradigm change results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable, and accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world, and the situation from the context invites your death, 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 death. Hey. Death, 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 death. Death, 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 death. Lots of death. What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe you can't hear my voice from this side. I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we were forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Near World program is beyond our control now. Silhouette looks like Makoto, but... oh god, there's so many things that don't make sense here. But Makoto, to the best of our knowledge, was some sort of traitor in the real world, I think. But then also, what actually genuinely was Nagato's deal? Because if Nagato's deal was that he was Makoto but who had been inserted into the world, then why was he one of the students? Because they said there were 15 students and 2 observers. Why was Makoto not one of the observers if he was from the outside, if he was part of the Foundation? Oh god. I'm losing the plot. The Near World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person creates an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But alter ego creates an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, it means that the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. Looks like this guy can't even hear me or see me. Just, who is this guy anyway? Is he our ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say, and believe you're there listening to me. But first I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did you want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037. That's why the number was chosen as the password, because it was in a virtual world and the password for things was picked by the guys on the... oh my god. Oh. God. Oh, that number. Right. It's those guys who are in the Killing School Life. Created the virtual world that we're currently in, so they would have picked the password. That's why the password was 11037, because it was relevant to them. 11037, that's the number we found at Nezumi Castle. The doors to the ancient room was supposed to open after you finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared the password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left that 11037 password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagato, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to that number. That number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a... oh yeah, it's definitely Makoto then. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person is trying to... Who and what is Nagato? Oh my god! He's going to do my head in forever. That person is trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In a worst case scenario where an observer who has the role of teacher goes rogue, I prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority can't stop that command. It's a way to end this that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. Breaking up. I don't think that's the password. Kimoyashi Baba death? Does that mean something? No, we don't know the shutdown sequence. R.I.P. Ibuki. I mean, yes, I'll grant you. Sure, R.I.P. You're about 2 months too late to that particular party, I think. But I don't know. When did Ibuki die? This game is. I've been playing this game for a while now. I didn't think I'd be playing this game as long as I have been, but like, it just keeps going. I don't think I've sunk quite as much time into any one video game as I have this. I've currently sat at 50 hours played. Have I? Other than like Spiral Nights, I probably haven't put like 50 hours of video content on any other video game. Death.
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that weirdness just now? Nothing, really. I see.
Anyway,
that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see, it'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best. Do our best, huh? What do we have to do our best at? The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. What are we supposed to do when that truth is really a lie? When we know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear? Still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings too, even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something as tragic as that. Wouldn't all that be meaningless too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? Well, you know there's a world on the outside, you go to the world on the outside. You stick with it until Makoto comes to save you, is apparently what we're doing. 11037 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Shutdown sequence has been added. Here's a big object. That it is. Nothing else exciting in here? Alrighty. Ding dong bang bong. Interesting.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam! Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hopespeak Academy! See you soon!
I have no idea what to expect this to be. I presume it will be vaguely analogous to a class trial, but... like, the weird thought that literally just crossed my mind was... like, I just want this to be... weirdly kind of like the ending of Banjo-Kazooie with Grunty's Furnace fun. Where it's just like, here, we're going to ask you lots of random trivia about the thing. I mean, what I'm getting there is the whole point of it was, they're like, oh, you're supposed to make friends with everybody and get on really well, etc. And then once you've collected all of the hope fragments by making friends with everybody, you then go to the graduation exam and graduate because you have so much hope and friendship. And like, the exam is just going to be like, here's a bunch of questions about how well you all know each other and how much you've been paying attention to your life on this island and remember everything. And if you can remember what Nekomaru's favorite food is, or for example, then you can beat the thing. I don't know. I just really want to be Grunty's phone is fun. Also, in the background there is a number 42 somewhere. I saw it briefly. A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this all means right now. For now, I need to finish this. I just need to focus on that. That's a red door. Presume we're gonna get a sort of a stopping point here, to be honest. It means this door, right? Do I just have to go in here? If I do that, will this be finished? No. Let's be honest. Whoa! It's like the introduction to a James Bond movie. What we really need is a 10-minute long intro sequence. Huh, this place.
Yo!
It's like everyone's here.
Damn right.
Apparently I've just given up on voice acting. What was it? Okay. Looks like everyone's here. It seems this is going to be the final place.
However,
This place is... Is this a trial field? Why is it a trial field? It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different from the one before. We've been here before, right? Yeah, this should be the place the door at the ancient ruins leads to.
Hey.
It seems pretty strange that we've been in the other building up until now.
Damn it.
It's like we're dreaming or something. If this is a dream, then this too is very...
welcome!
So you finally arrived. Congratulations! You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game. After stopping by Hope's Peak Academy, you finally come back to this place. To the graduation exam site within the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island.
You
can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before.
Silly fool!
From before.
Phew!
This trial field actually inspired the one from before, so in a way, this place is the original.
Hey!
Who cares? This graduation exam means we can finally go home, right?
Of course!
If that's what you guys decide.
Huh?
If we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then!
Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Whoa, graduate or repeat. Fair enough. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Yes, indeed!
There are two options, graduate and repeat, right? You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your vote, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, it will be treated as an absence and will not be counted.
In other words...
Which means everyone who has died up till now will have their votes treated as absences.
then...
And the result is based on our majority vote. If graduate is chosen by a majority vote, from there, an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony, that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin. So, Makoto briefly touched on needing like a majority of something, which presumably would be this vote, right? But he's been having us kill each other so that we can't vote to get out, right? If we were all happy with it, we'd just be like, yep, let's go now. But if we're all dead, we can't. So, like, we can't get a majority. But that wouldn't explain why he needed 5. He would only need us to get down to, like, 7 for that to be enough. He'd be like, oh, there's no majority. You've only got 7. It can't be I don't know. Unless it depends if it's done a majority of all the students or majority of students who are present. If the students who are present, doesn't make a blind bit of difference how many people are dead. If it's a majority of all students, then he would need 8 of them to be absent in order for it to work. Okay, well, I will probably, I don't know. It depends on what people want. I will probably do some bonus stuff if people want it after we get to the end of Danganronpa, in which I do like the bonus extra content, the Monami and the Beasts thing, and going through everybody else's free time events and stuff. But like only if there's demand for that. Otherwise, I'll go through that myself, and streams will be something else. So I don't know. Let me know what people want. But yeah. Okay, you guys keep talking about Nagato's free time events, so I guess I need to see that at some point, whether it be on stream or not. I was going to do that anyway, because I literally need to, like, see everything, because it's that good, but hey. From there, an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin. Even if we're doing this stupid majority vote, the result is already pretty damn obvious. Come on, let's move this along. We can press it now, right?
No!
You can't do that yet. I mean, your resolve hasn't firmed yet, right? Your will to be swept away by society's harsh current.
Shut up! Shut up!
Who the hell cares? I'm not gonna press it.
What's this?
My, which of your orifices are you using to spew bile? To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know. What, does that mean it won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right!
After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay for you to graduate or not.
Damn it!
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it?
Well...
I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
No way!
But you don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be. He's doing it because it's how it has to be. Doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. This is what Alter Ego was talking about.
Anyway...
Even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterwards, you cast your majority votes, and from there we move on to the graduation program. Why do we even have to go through something so dumb? Well, that is... You said you were waiting for the main... Oh, you said you're waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time, then. Who's the main cast? Oh, nothing to worry about. It has nothing to do with you guys.
That is...
There's no way it has nothing to do with us. We're the only ones who are involved, you know.
so annoying.
It doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. That's why it has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
You pissed me off.
Hold on, what's with that chump comment?
I can't ignore that!
Yeah, not that it's important or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
I won't forgive you.
How dare you treat him like a toy?
What's this?
I did treat him like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're actually picking a fight with me. You're basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Fine then, before you die, sear my power into your memories. Would you like to save your progress? Yeah, I probably would. There we go. Set skills. What can I buy? I ain't got anything else, have I? Like, we haven't actually upgraded anyone's relationship since last time. There were no free time events in Chapter 6, so I can't buy anything else. So that's that. It's good to do the free time events. Monami vs. Monobeast isn't worth doing. And I should at least see Nagato's. Smash Mode, you'll be fine with whatever. Cool. I like people who are fine with whatever, but cool. Yeah. I also like decisive opinions that are like, yes, this is the things people want to see, because then I can make things that people want to see. But people who are okay with everything are also pretty cool, because that means I can just pick and choose. At any rate, I think this, I guess, probably needs to be where we stop for today. I imagine there's a while of this yet to go, right? If it's the same length as any other ordinary trial, I guess we'll do this over Tuesday and Thursday, unless it's on the whole a shorter trial, in which case we'll just do it on the Tuesday. Any more input on... Okay, that's literally the input I was looking for. I was just going to say how long is the trial. Yeah, I was okay, so... Could do the entire trial in one stream session on the Tuesday, right? Is that what we're looking at? Maybe 4. Okay, for 4 you're kind of pushing it. Oh yeah, they got the ticker at the bottom. Is hello worldy. Does this section come in 2 halves then, or is it just like oh there is no intermission? Okay. 4 hours I would be pushing to get it done. Or I could just start streaming early on Tuesday. If I start streaming at 8 o'clock on Tuesday instead of 9 o'clock, start an hour early, then we should presumably fairly comfortably have time to get it all in, right? Even if it runs a bit longer, then it wouldn't be too big a deal. Does that sound like a plan? So we'll wrap this up on Tuesday. Then, I don't know. Just adding an extra hour because I'm a slowpoke. Right, sure. Yeah, fair enough. There's something about a lunch order at the top. 11-year-old's lunch order. Is that what that said? Yes. Happy birthday, 11-year-old's lunch order at the top of the screen. Something about a speech contest as well. Alrighty, cool. I'm going to go for now and probably keep playing Pyre because I'm playing Pyre. I played quite a lot of it last night. I stayed up very late playing that, but it's a very good game. But yeah, that'll do me for tonight. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for investigating. Thank you for going for that trippy, weird stuff. That said alter ego up top. I saw that. I saw that. Cool. Yeah. We're going to finish this game this week. That's going to happen. That's going to be a thing. It's been a long time coming, but it is finally going to happen, and that's going to be good. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much. I'm going to go. I'm going to finally go. I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm going to head off. Thank you, and good night.